You have come to my channel. In this video, we will talk about the legendary Alfa Romeo Tipo 512. The Alfa Romeo Tipo 512 is a car that never saw the light of day in the racing circuits, yet it remains a pivotal point in automotive history. It symbolizes the culmination of Alfa Romeo's engineering prowess during an era dominated by cutting-edge developments in the automotive industry. Designed during the late 1930s, the Tipo 512 stands as a testament to Alfa Romeo's ambition to revolutionize Grand Prix racing. Although it never competed, its innovative engineering concepts influenced the trajectory of racing cars for years to come. Background and historical context. Alfa Romeo was a dominant force in motorsport in the 1930s. The company's racing division, led by engineer Vittorio Jano, created some of the most successful race cars of the decade, including the P3 Tipo B and the Alfa Tipo 158. These vehicles were known for their exceptional performance and helped establish Alfa Romeo as a racing powerhouse. However, as the 1930s progressed, the competition became fiercer. Mercedes-Benz and Auto Union from Germany began producing advanced cars with cutting-edge technologies, including supercharged engines and rear-engine layouts. Alfa Romeo realized that to stay competitive, it would need to innovate, and so began the development of the Tipo 512. The Tipo 512 was conceived as a revolutionary car that would follow the mid-engine layout of the Auto Union cars, which had proven successful in the hands of drivers like Bernd Rosemeyer. Alfa Romeo's ambition was to outdo its rivals with a design that blended innovation with their racing pedigree. The project began in the late 1930s under the supervision of Wilfredo Ricard, a Spanish engineer who had joined Alfa Romeo in 1936. Ricard was tasked with leading the design and engineering efforts of the Tipo 512 and implemented several radical ideas that set it apart from its contemporaries. Design and engineering innovation. The most striking feature of the Alfa Romeo Tipo 512 was its engine layout. It was one of the earliest Grand Prix cars to utilize a mid-engine configuration, placing the engine behind the driver to improve weight distribution and handling. This design would eventually become the standard for modern Formula One cars, but at the time, it was still a novel concept. Auto Union had already experimented with rear-engine layouts, and Alfa Romeo sought to refine the idea with the Tipo 512. The heart of the Tipo 512 was its 1.5-liter V12 engine. Despite its small displacement, this engine was designed to produce an impressive 225 horsepower at 11,000 RPM, a remarkable figure for the era. The engine featured twin superchargers, which helped boost its performance and ensured that it could compete with the powerful German race cars. The V12 engine was mounted longitudinally behind the driver, a layout that contributed to better balance and agility on the track. Another innovation of the Tipo 512 was its chassis design. The car used a tubular steel frame that was both lightweight and rigid, contributing to its overall performance. The suspension system was also advanced for the time, featuring independent suspension on all four wheels. This setup allowed the car to maintain better contact with the road, improving handling and stability at high speeds. Combined with the mid-engine layout, this gave the Tipo 512 the potential for exceptional cornering ability, a crucial factor in Grand Prix racing. Aerodynamics was another area where Alfa Romeo paid close attention in the Tipo 512. The car's body was sleek and streamlined, designed to minimize drag and optimize airflow over the car. This focus on aerodynamics was ahead of its time, as many of the cars from this era still had relatively simple body shapes. The low, elongated shape of the Tipo 512 was a sign of Alfa Romeo's forward-thinking approach to race car design, development challenges, and the onset of World War II. Despite its promising design and potential, the Alfa Romeo Tipo 512 faced several challenges during its development. The primary obstacle was the outbreak of World War II in 1939, which disrupted all aspects of life in Europe, including motorsport. Alfa Romeo was forced to halt the development of the Tipo 512 as the company shifted its focus towards supporting the war effort. The project was never officially completed, and the car never made its intended debut on the racing circuits. Additionally, there were technical challenges with the Tipo 512 that needed to be addressed. Although the mid-engine layout and V12 engine were promising, the car's reliability was still in question. Testing of the prototype revealed that the car's handling could be unpredictable at times, particularly at high speeds. There were concerns about the engine's durability as well, with overheating issues being a persistent problem. Had the war not interrupted its development, it is likely that Alfa Romeo would have refined the design further to address these issues. Legacy and influence. Although the Alfa Romeo Tipo 512 never competed, its influence on the future of motorsport cannot be overstated. The car's mid-engine layout was ahead of its time, and it would take several decades before mid-engine race cars became the norm in Formula One and other forms of motorsport. The idea of placing the engine behind the driver to improve weight distribution and handling became a cornerstone of race car design in the post-war era. In fact, the lessons learned from the Tipo 512 would go on to influence Alfa Romeo's future racing efforts. The company's most famous post-war Grand Prix car, the Alfa Romeo 158 Alfetta, also featured a supercharged engine, and although it retained a front-engine layout, it was designed with many of the engineering principles developed during the Tipo 512 project. The Alfetta became one of the most successful Grand Prix cars of all time, winning the first two Formula One World Championships in 1950 and 1951. The Tipo 512's legacy also extends beyond Alfa Romeo. The car's design and innovations were part of a broader trend towards more advanced engineering in motorsport. As other manufacturers adopted mid-engine layouts and focused more on aerodynamics, the principles pioneered by the Tipo 512 became fundamental to the development of modern race cars. Today, nearly all Formula One cars and many other types of racing cars use a mid-engine configuration, a concept that Alfa Romeo helped to popularize with the Tipo 512. Conclusion. The Alfa Romeo Tipo 512 remains one of the great what-if stories of motorsport history. Had it not been for the outbreak of World War II, the car may have gone on to challenge the dominance of Mercedes-Benz and Auto Union in Grand Prix racing. Its advanced design and engineering innovations made it a potential game-changer in the world of motorsport. And while it never had the chance to compete, its influence on future race car development is undeniable. The Tipo 512 stands as a symbol of Alfa Romeo's commitment to pushing the boundaries of automotive engineering. Even though it never raced, it represents a crucial step in the evolution of race car design, and its pioneering innovations paved the way for the mid-engine cars that dominate motorsport today. For fans of Alfa Romeo and motorsport enthusiasts alike, the Tipo 512 is a reminder of what could have been, and a testament to the vision and ambition of one of the greatest car manufacturers of all time. Don't forget subscribe, Chanel, and like video. We will see you in the next video.